Okay. Next is the components of PLM. In this you can see, right, the two figures. Can anyone tell me what is the meaning of these two figures? Anyone?
So the first one is saying product process. So it's like from manufacturing to the sales part, so order delivery process. So in the product
Mhm.
process, it's given like purchasing means purchasing will be the raw materials. Then R&D might be the research and development done on that particular product to select the material, the process to be done. Then manufacturing is the machine they require to manufacture the product. And delivery is like I think from one place to another how they are moving the products. And from that packaging and then delivery process based on the customer requirements, it is delivered to their house or they can buy from the stores.
Okay, good. Next, the second figure.
So second one, I think it's wait 1 minute, sir. Sir, can you like zoom it a bit, sir? Because I'm using on my phone, so it's not much visible for me.
I think now you can visible, right? You can see the
Uh,
process,
sir, like
of
kind of I
PLM.
can read it, sir. Like after sales is written, subcontracting, project
Then
management, okay,
part
part
manufacturing,
manufacturing.
the engineering, sales and marketing, manufacturing, sourcing and
So I
procurement.
think this involves from manufacturing to sales and after sales process also like you're asking the like providing service to the customers.
Okay.
And subcontracting is like based on if like they have given you certain demand and you're not able to produce it, you ask some other company to manufacture for you.
Yes, that is subcontracting, right? So I told
Yes,
you
sir.
this thing in the previous class. If
Yes,
the
sir.
customer if the customer is asking around 10,000 products, so if you're not able to complete the task or complete the objectives within the given time, then what we will do? Then the company will give other companies for completing the task. So that is called subcontracting. So we will give the orders for other companies to finish our task. Then that's called as project management. So we will complete the project or the product. So that is from first process to last process. Okay, that's called as project management. Then part manufacturing. So what is part manufacturing, right? Individual
Yes, sir.
parts. So individual parts, okay, we'll go for manufacturing, then design and engineering, then it will come for sales and marketing. Okay, so that is there will come the customers. Then about manufacturing, then sourcing and then means the procurement means uh, what you can say, buying the raw materials. Okay, then after sales, again it will come for subcontracting. So this is an the process, okay, which is going on in the industry. Okay, the process. And these are called as internal things. So this is with the upper side. Okay, upper side clockwise indicates inside the company. So what will be means what they will do. Okay, this is process to complete the task or to complete the product. Okay, first is design engineering. First we want the design, right? Design, then only we can convert the design into the product. Then after converting the design into the product, then we'll go for sales and marketing. Okay, then after the customer what you can say inputs about the parts. Okay, if there is any what you can say, if any default is there in the product, then we may update those technologies again. Then again we will go for manufacturing. Then after that, again we will take this sourcing means getting the raw materials where we can get. Okay, so which company we can get these products or these technologies. Okay, we can say, and we can take the or we can buy the raw materials. Okay, then again after sales, after taking the raw materials, okay, the customers will tell we want this much products. If I'm not able to manufacture the products, so the total the number, then we will give uh, we'll go for subcontracting. Okay, this is about the second figure. First figure indicates whatever the Sachin told. Okay, to complete the product, so what are the process you need? One is you should purchase the raw materials. Then you should have R&D, okay, research and development. Then you should go for manufacturing. Okay, then sales, delivering, then sales. Okay, so these are called as partner suppliers. Here you can see the left side indicates the partner suppliers and the right side indicates partners and customers. So partner suppliers is nothing but regarding to the subcontractors. Okay, so if a company is not able to manufacture the product, then I told then whatever I told you. So we will try to give for others to complete the task. Okay, that's called as partner suppliers. So we will give others other company to finish the task, and then we will once they finish, they will supply the products to us. Then we will supply to the company or the customers. Then you will go for feasible study. What is feasible study, students? Can anyone tell me what is feasible study?
So it is like the possible outcome which you can go for. Like assume you have various ideas, but which is the feasible? Like which is the one which can be used? You should find out from it and then choose based on that.
Good, good, Sachin. So I think the feasibility you study in business management, right? In first module, entrepreneurship. In entrepreneurship, you study feasible study. So feasibility is nothing but to find out what type of approach. So what type of approach we should apply to find a solution or to find a solution for the given problem. Okay, so to find out that which type of approach and what level of response is appropriate for the challenges that the company faces. So if some problems comes into picture whenever there's a manufacturing the products, at that particular point we should use this feasible study. Example, okay, if you're not able to finish the task within the given time, then you should think, okay, in which method I should replace to manufacture the products, or which technology which I should update, or which machines I should update, because you are not finishing the task for that day. Example, if the CEO tells I want around 50,000 products per day, so if the workers are not, or if the workers are not finishing the task, if they're only finishing on 45,000 products, okay, then for the next day they should go for new approach or new method. So okay, that is called as feasible study. So for every day, okay, for every product you should do this feasible study. Without this feasible study you cannot complete the task. Okay, that is which method we should follow, which approach we should, means which technology we should update, okay, which machines you should use. So for everything, before manufacturing the products, we should do R&D, that is called a feasible study, okay, to complete the task. This is regarding to the completing the task. It means completing the objectives of the product. Okay, for that I'm telling you. Okay, so that is called as feasible study. And then, so not only this, if you go for the finance, okay, see, finance to get more profit or to get more revenue, okay, we can use this feasible study. So in what way we can get more profit or more revenue, okay. So if you use this if you use this method, whether the customers are satisfied or not, or whether we can reach the customers, okay, which method I should do, and I should supply for the customers, okay, whether I should go for advertisement with TV, or you can go for radio, or you can go for, okay, you can go for apps, okay, developing the app to reach the customers. So these are called as, is called as, okay, for every, or you can, for every process, okay, we should use this feasibility. See, changes indicates whether to produce the products or whether to reach the customers. Okay, see, there are two. One is reaching the customers after finishing the product, reaching the customers. Next is what I told you. Okay, to finish the products within the given time, and you can go for third is, okay, good design. If you want to go for a good design to idea generation, okay, you want to use the feasible study. How to do the brainstorming session? Oh, 1 second. Huh? 1 second. Okay. For getting the ideas. Okay. Okay. How to get the idea generation to finish the task? Okay. These are called as the challenges. So for each challenges, okay, we should use the which type of approach we should use, okay, or which type of method we should use, or which type of the technology we should use. Okay, these are called as feasible study. For everything in the company, okay, they will do this in every department. If you go for the design thinking team, okay, they should use this, because they don't know, right? Immediately, simply they cannot get the ideas. So they should use, okay, which method I should use for getting the ideas, which process I should. I told you about the idea generation. Mainly, the company will do the brainstorming session. Okay, other than this, there are a lot of different types of approaches are there. Okay, to get the ideas, and to convert prompt definition to idea generation. Okay, mainly in India they will use the brainstorming session. So for other if you go for the other countries, okay, foreign countries, they will use the different technique. Okay, but in India they will use the brainstorming session. Can anyone tell me what is brainstorming session, if you know?
Brainstorming session is gathering a group of people and getting out the ideas out without rejecting anyone. And later in the other stages, you just find out which is the more feasible one.
Okay, good Sachin. So brainstorming session is nothing but we should I said, if there are 20 design thinkers in the team or in the industry, the 20 people will sit together, and initially first will see they'll sit in a group. Okay, first person will you will take a sheet, a paper of sheet, and according to the prompt statement, okay, you will write his idea. Then the sheet will be given to the second person. Okay, like that 20%, so 20% will that sheet will be traveling to the 20 people. So the 20 people will be writing their ideas in the same sheet. So finally, okay, they will see that sheet, and they will select one or two good ideas in that. So that is called as brainstorming session. Okay, you can get the ideas individually, or you can get the ideas in group. Okay, these are called as brainstorming session, what they will do in industry. Okay, beyond this, to get the ideas, there are uh, a lot of what you can say, the techniques are there. I think one of the technique is storytelling also. In the group they can sit and they can try to convey in the form of stories. Okay, the same product, how to manufacture a product, okay, you can tell in the form of stories. Okay, to make easy and understand for the customers. So these are about the techniques. So there will be a lot of techniques will be there. So which type of techniques I should use? Okay, this is regarding to a product, to get the ideas. Likewise, if you go for design thinking as a product design engineer, so you'll be also trying to get the feasible. Sorry, you'll be trying to get the which method I should use. Okay, or which software I should use. Okay, to get a better 3D design. So everything. Okay, means you'll be looking into the picture. Then you can see. Okay, I think first is over. The feasibility study is carried out to find out what type of approach and what level of response is appropriate for the challenges that the company faces. Okay, next we can come to this. Maybe an enterprise-wide initiative targeting new market-leading products and control over the entire life cycle is needed. So if you go for a new product development, you want this feasibility study, because from the new product development stage, okay, that is very important, right? The new product development stage is very important, because you are developing a new product. In this process, this feasibility study is very important. So which method I should use, or what type of different materials or different process I should use to develop a new product. Everything will come under a feasible study. Okay, if in which case it would be useful to develop a PLM vision, a PLM strategy, and a PLM plan. So to complete a new product development, okay, so what should be the vision? PLM, that is product life cycle management vision, and strategies, what type of PLM strategies we should use. And to complete the product, okay, what is the PLM plan? That is product life cycle plan. Okay, if you know the feasible study, then we can write the vision of the PLM, product life cycle management vision, as well as the strategies, as well as the plan. Okay, if you know the what is feasible study, then we can convert, okay, our feasible study in the form of vision of the PLM, then strategies of PLM, as well as the plan of PLM. I think everyone has understood, right?
Yes, sir.
So this feasible study will give the solution, or we will give the output for PLM vision, PLM strategies, and PLM plan. So today we will be seeing about PLM strategy, okay, or the strategies. Next we can go for maybe the main benefits can be achieved by implementing new life cycle process across several functions. So maybe there are benefits to be had to targeting some very preciously defined improvement areas. So by using this feasible study, we can improve the, what you can say, improve the technologies, or improve the efficiency of the product. Okay, like if you go for IT engine, so the maximum efficiency is around 30 to 32%. So if you improve the efficiency, okay, of the product, so that indicates it. Example, okay, whatever the torque, whatever the, what you can say, whatever the what you can say, whatever the, I think, brake power. So there is a brake power and the indicator power, right? Can you tell me what is indicator power and what is brake power? Anyone? You studied in IC engine, right? Brake power and indicator power. What is indicated power
Is
and what is
brake
brake
power
power?
the power required to stop the vehicle, and the indicate power is the power produced by the vehicle.
Okay. Anyone? Others? Others? Anyone? Others? So you studied only the equation. So you want to understand the concept. See, indicated power is nothing but the power which is, see, once the ignition happens, okay. So the power which is generated, okay, on the surface of the piston. So that is called as indicated power. So indicated power is nothing but the energy, okay, which will be which will be generated, okay, on the piston whenever the ignition happens. Okay, that is the total power which will be generated, uh, uh, which will be generated once the ignition happens. So brake power is nothing but the energy which is transformed for the shaft. Okay, the energy which will be transformed to the shaft. So that is called as brake power. Okay, so shaft will be connected, right? So there will be piston, there will be connecting rod, there will be the crank. To the crank, there will be shaft will be connected, right? So right, students.
Yes, sir.
So brake power is nothing but how much the power is transmitted, or how much energy is transmitted from the piston to the, or from the piston, or so from the cylinder to the shaft. It is called as brake power. So always you can see. I think the efficiency will be equal to, I think, if you see the equation, they will write indicated power minus the brake power, right? Right.
Yes, sir.
You see the IC engine textbook, or you read, okay, the efficiency, they will write efficiency is equal to the indicated power minus brake power. So that indicates what? Whatever the power which is generated minus brake power will give the efficiency, means the efficiency of the IC engine. Okay, and right now the efficiency is around 32%. So if we increase, if we increase the efficiency by using this feasible study. So how you use the feasible study? Okay, if you use the feasible study, then how I can improve the efficiency, my efficiency of the AC engine. Okay, so there will be loss. So there will be friction loss. There will be heat losses, right? So these are called as losses, which is happening in the engine, which will be happening in the cylinder. So whenever the ignition happens, okay, due to the heat energy, okay, you lost the energy, as well as due to the friction. So these are the two main reasons why you will lose the efficiency. Okay, so if you want more efficiency, if you want from 35 to 50%, what you can do? Okay, which method you can use, or which approach you can use? Okay, so these are about challenges. So challenges which will be faced in the IC engine. Okay, if you want to develop more efficiency, if you want to get more efficiency, then what you can do? So that is called as PLM vision. So you can mention what is the vision. Vision is nothing but getting the getting the more efficiency in the IC engine. So for that, you should make a strategy. In what way we can improve our efficiency, and plan. So to obtain our 50% of result, okay, what I should follow? So this is about PLM vision, PLM strategy, and PLM plan. I think everyone has got right with the example I told you.
Yes, sir.
So like this, if you go for production of the parts or production of the cars. So if you tell the CEO, if you tell I want 100 cars per day, manufacturing of 100 cars, so that is called as vision. So strategy is nothing but to complete the task. Okay, what type of method they'll be going to use. That is out what type of approach they will be using, what type of method, which type of technology they are using, which type of machines they will be using. So those are called strategies and plan. So for 1 hour, I should how much cars I should finish. See, if example, if a company is working around 8 hours, so 100 divided by 8, so that will be around 12 to 13 cars. So I should manufacture 13 cars per hour. So that's called as plan. So you should make a plan. Okay, before you go for work. Okay, that's about planning. Okay, that is product life cycle management plan. Okay, this is about the feasible study. So can you see this table, and can you analyze what is this? What is this? What is this table? So it's look like your main project. What you can say, the contents, right? So these are the contents. Anyone?
So first one is executive summary and recommendation. So I think on what basis you're making the product. So in that you need to give like introduction will be just explaining what your product will be doing. Then background to the study, like what things you have considered before going with this project. So like assume you're making some medical device. So for what purpose can be used? You have done certain research based on it.
Hmm.
Then the PLM activity, ours and theirs. Okay, I think it's comparison between your product and the product that is already existing. Then the options, like you're not set to only one, you're having three options. Like you can either go with this design, or this design, based on like what how much time you have. Assume you have make three different designs, and one design can be made in like a month, but won't have all the features. Other might take more time but have extra features. So based on the time you have, you will select the option which is more suitable to you. Then SWOT analysis, strength weakness analysis of like you see what are the you just give out the points like these are the strengths, or like I think you see what your product has strengths and what weakness it has compared to the existing product in the market.
Hmm.
And then conclusion is, I just think, is again giving back the summary of your what features your product will have.
Okay. Would anyone from others, can you tell what is this? Because if you go for a company, you should know what is this. Anyone? So whatever the Sachin told, okay, it's correct. So it's similar. So first is executive summary and recommendation. So this indicates, see, summary in the sense of, first see, if you're selecting a product, okay, initially we will see, if you go for a new product development, okay, we initially we should see from last 2 years, okay, last 2 years, so what type of product they manufacture regarding to the product. So that is called as executive summary. So we should look into the last at least 2 years, okay, which type of product they are manufacturing. So that's very, very important, right? So right, students.
Yes, sir.
So first, initially, we should look into the summary of the product from last 2 years. Okay, what type of product or what design we are using in the company. Okay, and recommendation. What is recommendation? Why you want recommendation here? Anyone?
So like some company has actually liked your product, so you have got recommendation, like you have got recommended that your design is actually good.
Okay. See, example, if the design is, see, from last 2 years, you're seeing the from last 2 years, I think you will be seeing the design. Okay, if the previous design is very good, okay, then you can say the product design engineer will recommend the design, right? If see, if the design is failing, or you can say, if the design is not, if the sales are coming down, then only you will try to change the design, right, according to the needs of the customer. If you say that if the design or if the product is selling well, then there is no need for all these things, right?
Yes, sir.
So right, students, see, till the growth as well as the I think maturity, if a product is if a product is if it has growth, then there's no need for this feasible study. So whenever you tell that the product is declining, or the product sales is coming down, so then only you should look into, okay, you should go for changing the design. Okay, so that's very important. So you should analyze that before going for new product development. You should see from last 2 years the product details, as well as the whether, depending upon the what you can say, the results, okay, which is obtained to the product, okay, you will recommend. Okay, you will recommend whether we should use the same procedure, or we should use the same method, or you should go for new technology, everything. So that's for a recommendation. So example, if he's going for a new method, but okay, but he will tell for the R&D team, okay, we can use the same method, because, okay, we can finish the work very fast. Okay, so that he will tell, okay, we will use same method, or we can go for same techniques. So this is about the first one, executive summary and recommendation. So it's very important. Okay, one is executive summary, getting the details beyond last 2 years, as well as the recommendation. If the method what they're using is it's very good, then you will tell, okay, follow the same method. Then introduction. So in introduction, you can see, So there is a background to study, right? What is this background to study?
So before launching a product, you need to know what are the requirements in the market. So you can do a survey kind of thing, like, and get the information you require to make a product.
Yes, good. So background of study to the study in the sense of as a design. Here the design thinker will come into picture. So he will see what are the needs of the customer. If you're developing a new product development, always okay. You should see the background. That is nothing but the requirements of the for the product. Okay, depending upon the customer needs. Then the PLM activity, hours and dates. So PLM activity is nothing but you told product life cycle management. So after getting the information from the customer, okay, then we should go for a new product development. So we should see, we see one is you can see the PLM activity now what you will develop, and you can see the PLM activity before, right? Before means from last 2 years or from last 3 years if they're using the PLM, product life cycle management. Actually, the product life cycle management, okay, occurs in 2000. Okay, 2000, I think 2000 or 2001. Okay, the PLM exists. So PLM, if a company is using PLM from last 3 years, okay, which activity, then they look into their company, as well as if they get details with respect to the other companies. Okay, they can look into other companies as well as their company, and they can finalize. Okay, for how much time I required to complete the task. Okay, what is the time required? What is the cost? What are the raw materials? Okay, everything they should decide in PLM. Okay, product life cycle management. Then you can see there are three options. This ABC is nothing but okay, the idea generation. Okay, it may be idea generation, or they may go for different methods, or they may go for different technologies. So this also depends upon the customer needs. Okay, depending upon the custom needs, they'll go, always you should remember. Okay, I think in design thinking also, I think you studied, while converting your problem statement to the solution, always okay, you may get around 1000 or 2000 ideas, but finalize, okay, while finalizing, only they will finalize around three ideas. Means they will convert the prototype only for those three ideas. Okay, be careful. So you may get around 1000 or 2000 or lakh ideas. Okay, after that they will, all the design thinkers and CEO, design think and design product design TA, okay, they will sit together and they will analyze which idea is very good. Okay, so which idea, and not only they will say about the ideas. Okay, if they select that idea, how much we should invest, they will see how much cost we should invest, how much raw materials are required, everything. Okay, they will see into the picture. Only if the idea is very good, if a design is very good, okay, they should see, and they should see about the cost, how much cost, okay, how much raw materials is required to manufacture the product, as well as how much cost I should invest. So that's also is very important. Okay, so that all CEO, design thinking team, product design engineer, everyone will sit together and they will find any three ideas, good ideas. The idea should be good, as well as the cost should be less, and the design also should be good. So everything they will look into, and they will select the three ideas. So this called as option A, option B, and option C. First they will go for a first idea, first good idea to manufacture the prototype. They will test. Okay, after manufacturing the prototype, they will test. In the test, if it is okay, okay, then they'll supply for the customers. Then once the customer is satisfied, they will not go for option B and option C. Okay, option A is selected, means the customers are satisfied. If the customers are not satisfied with the product, okay, within 2 months or 3 months, okay, they will manufacture around 100 products. They will supply for the customers. If they're happy, okay, they will continue the same product. If the customers are not happy, I mean they're not taking the products, then they'll stop the manufacturing of that option A. Then they will go for option B. Option B in the sense of option B, the idea. Okay, then they will convert that option B idea into the products. Okay, then they will this prototype. They will check if the product is very good, they will supply it to the customers. Okay, if the customers are happy, then again they will go for the option B product, and they will be manufacturing, okay, till the decline. If the option B also idea also is not good, means if the customers are not satisfied, so they're telling some of the disadvantages in the product, then again they'll go for option C. I think everyone is getting right.
Yes, sir.
So like this they'll select any three ideas. Okay, then they'll convert the ideas into the prototype. Then they'll supply the prototype for the customers. Okay, if the customers are not satisfied with the idea A, then they will go for idea B. Then also it is not satisfied, then they will go for idea C. Okay, then also they're not satisfied. Again, they should go for this SWOT analysis. So SWOT is nothing but S indicates for strength, W indicates for weakness, O indicates for opportunity, and T indicates for threats. Okay, threats, and this is very important. Strength, weakness, opportunity, and threats analysis is nothing but we should do for the the competitors. The competitors means strength in the sense of we should select the products, the other products, okay, which they are manufacturing, and we should see what are the strength of the products. Then weaknesses. So what are the weaknesses of the product? So opportunity sense of, okay, in which area we have the opportunity to manufacture the product. Then threats. So threats is nothing but the how. See, if you're selecting a mobile phone to manufacture as your company, then what are the different types of companies they're uh, manufacturing the same product, and what are the new companies? So that has been existing into the market, and which type of new technologies they're updating in the phone and they're supplying, and what type of a new product, okay, which is coming into the market regarding to the phone. So it will come under the threats. So always you should do this SWOT analysis. Without doing this SWOT analysis, okay, you cannot succeed in the market or succeed in the product. So if you do this, then only you can analyze, okay, what are the weaknesses of the product. Like it may be cost, or it may be the material which is used in the product is will be not good, or the cost will be high. Okay, then you can go for the quality of the product, may be not good, the design will be not good. So these are the things what you should analyze. Okay, if you take mobile phone, I think actually right now, all the phones are the rectangle. So now you can think whether I can make a triangle phone, whether I can make a pentagon phone. This is the example I'm telling you. Okay, so this is about the idea generation. So I think you can go for a square phone example, like that. Like that you can think and you can analyze, and which type of technology I can update in my phone. So after making this square phone, so what type of technology I can update in that. Okay, these are the things you should analyze. So that's called as weaknesses. So you should analyze the weaknesses of other companies, and you should try to avoid those weaknesses in your product. Then only the customers will be satisfied, and they will buy your products. Okay, then about conclusion. So what is conclusion? I think every time you tell conclusion, right? So what is the conclusion?
So is it giving the summary of the entire thing you have done?
Good. So conclusion in the
Like
sense
what
of,
you have concluded with this, like assume you have done the SWOT analysis, and from that you have concluded that if I make my product like this, it will launch pretty well in the market.
good. So conclusion in the sense of the products. So you are manufacturing the product and you're supplying to the customers. And what about so how much products are selling in the market? Okay, and whatever the customers are saying about your product. So everything will come under the conclusion. And what is the new technology you are updating in your product. Okay, and what type of future, okay, in future scope you should not write in here. Okay, you should keep by yourself. If you're starting a company, don't write the future scope. Okay, because future scope you should update your product, and you should supply. Only you should write the conclusion means after manufacturing the option A, option B, and option C products. Okay, what type of the customers are satisfied, for which product the customers are satisfied, for what reason. So what may the reason why they are satisfied with the A product or B product or C product. See, if A product is not satisfied with the customers, then we'll go for B. Again, if the customers are not satisfied with the product B, then we'll go for C. So in conclusion, you should write for what reason the customers are not satisfied. Okay, if you do this feasible study analysis, and if you complete this table, see in the table, okay, in the company. See, if a product fails after 2 years, example, after 2 years, you should write in the conclusion. So the product has failed in 2 years. Okay, after 2 years, so what will be the reason? So if you complete this, if you make a report part for the product, so see, now it is 2021. Okay, you make a report of X product. Then at 2025, we can take the report part and we can analyze, right? So what type of product? See, if you make a report part of either 10 to 15 pages in the company, for all the products. Okay, why it has failed, for what reason. So what I have done, this SWOT analysis. So everything, if you make a report, okay, so after 2 years or 4 years also, you can take that report and you can analyze, right? So right, students, so you can
Yes,
analyze,
sir.
so what has happened in the past. So in the past, like 2 years back, so what type of product we have manufactured in the company, and why it has failed, for what reason it has failed, and what is the conclusion what I have made. So everything, if you write there, then it will be helpful for the for others. So right now, see, right now you are working in Wipro. I don't know whether after 2 years, okay, you will go for the company. Example, if you jump to Infosys, okay, if you make this report and if you give for the company, then after then the other, okay, who is coming and joining the Wipro, he can take this report and he can analyze. So what has happened from last 2 years, right? So it is a easy way. So it is a easy way. Okay, it's a easy way to convey the message, like message in the sense of, so what type of idea we were generated, so why it has failed. So if it has failed, what I have done, that's what analysis I have done, what is the conclusion you are given in that report, everything you should mention for each product in the company. So this is very important. Okay, so next is appendix. In appendix, then glossary, industrial context and references. So this industrial context and reference is nothing but, okay, see, for buying the raw materials, right? For supplying the raw materials. Then from where you are taking the what you can say, the plan or the design. So everything you can mention in the appendix. So example, see, if you're taking the design part, some design part, okay, in the other company, okay, in X company or Y company, you were taken some of the design, okay, your design, and you are updated the design, okay, so that you can give in references. I've taken the design, okay, some of the design from the other company, or you can write, see, the same design I've taken in our company, okay, from past like 5 years or 6 years back, okay, whichever they made design, I'm taking the same design, and I'm refining that. So these are called as, you should give the you should give the extra information there. Okay, that's called appendix. Appendix is nothing but giving the extra information about the where you are buy the raw materials. So what will be the quality of the raw materials? So reference of the design. Okay, then if you're not completing the task, means if you're giving the subcontracting to others, you can mention here. So everything, okay, you can mention the appendix. I think everyone has got the idea, right? What is feasible study?
Yes, sir.
It's very important. Next we'll go for strategies. Can anyone tell what is the strategies?
So right now you told us earlier, like how you are, like, assume you have came up with the idea of making a product. So the strategy will be how you need to design the layout, how you need to make the machines like to be placed to like reduce the idle time, or to reduce the cost, or to maximize the profit, and otherwise like how to based on like the requirement of the product, how many people you need in a company to work, and from where do you need to buy the raw material, how much you need to buy. Those will come under the strategy, sir.
Okay, good. So the main thing is, okay, the main thing of a company is strategy, in the sense of they will be looking for next 5 years. So example, if you see, they've done this XYZ, okay, that is for ABC product. If B product is launched to the market, okay, then that B product should at least, okay, should sell for next 5 years. So that is called as the aim, okay, or the vision of the company. If the example, if A, B, C, there are A, B, C option. If A fails, then they will go for B. Then if B fails, then they go for C. If after manufacturing C, if the product is succeeded, means if the customers are satisfied with the product C, then they should then they should go for strategy for next five, at least for next 5 years. That is called a vision. They will make a vision that, okay, this product, that C product, should sell at least 5 years. Okay, at least for next 5 years. That's called vision. So first they will make the vision part. Then after vision, so how we can succeed? Okay, how we can succeed means by doing the strategies. Okay, so strategy is nothing but for reaching our objectives, our goal for next 5 years. So what should be our plan? So what should be the direction? Okay, direction and plan. So in which way I should go to manufacture our product, and what type of technology I can update in the product, and so what are the plans, how I can finish the task, okay, how I can manufacture the product within given time. So those things will come under the strategies. So as I mentioned in the definition, you can see here, strategy is the science of planning and directing large scale operations. I think you got right. Large scale operations is nothing but producing the products. So if you assume, if a customer is asking around 1 lakh 1 crore products in 1 month, so it's very difficult, right, to manufacture 1 crore products in 1 month. So this is assumption I'm telling you. Okay. So if they ask 1,000 1 lakh sorry 1 crore products in 1 month, so it's very difficult, right?
Yes, sir.
So for that finishing the 1 crore products, so what the company will do strategy, okay, of product C. Okay, if product C product has been succeeded in the market, then the customer will ask, okay, I want 1 crore products for next 1 month. So for finishing the products or for manufacturing the products to reach the objectives of the organization for next 1 month, okay, so they will aim for 5 years. At least this product should run for next 5 years. For that, one is what type of technology I should update every 2 months, or every 5 months it may be. Next, for reaching the goal of the customers. If the customer, whatever the customer is asking, they should reach that goal depending upon the products. If they are asking 1 crore, then if a company can manufacture 50 lakhs products for 1 month, then what they will do, other 50 lakhs product they'll give for subcontract. So they will analyze the which other company they are manufacturing the same product, and they'll supply the product for the customers. Okay, example I'm telling you, if you go for car, okay, if you go for car, okay, if a customer is asking around 1,000 cars per month, okay, if company is manufacturing 500 products, then what they will do, okay, the company will analyze, okay, which are the companies they're manufacturing IC engine, okay, engine parts, okay, which manufacturer they're manufacturing the, what you can say, the chassis, which company has manufactured the body, okay, body of the car. So they will analyze, okay, they will not give all the assembled part for a single company. Okay, they will see a small scale industries, they will search the small scale industries, and they will give each part for each company. Example, okay, for engine they will give for X company, for the chassis they will give for Y company, okay, for body part, for making the petrol tanks, okay, like plastic components, they'll give for to Z company. So they'll not give all the design for a single company. So what happens if they give all the design for single company, students? So what happens at that particular point? What happens?
So like they'll be making more profit than you, sir. So what you're trying is like you're just giving a certain part of the contract to them.
No. So if you give all the designs for each company, what happens?
So then they can copy your design, no, sir.
That is a
That's why
simple
you're
way.
just giving parts for them to
Yes,
manufacture.
yes. So only in the company they will not give all the design parts for a single company. If they're manufacturing everything, so they will not give their design, all design for a company. Only they will give a certain design, and they will not mention also. Okay, only they will mention the dimensions, and they will supply for one company. So then the other product, other part they will give for the other company, like that. Okay, they will split into number of parts, and they will supply. They will give orders for each individual company. Okay, like 100 companies. Then they'll fix the time. I want the products. Okay, the 50 lakhs product within 1 month. Then or 25 days. Then all of them they will manufacture the 50 lakhs products, and they'll supply to the company. This company. Okay. Then they will assemble the products in their company, and they'll supply for the customers. So this what, okay, it is happening in the company. Okay, if you go for Bemel, okay, Bemel, if you go for Bemel, okay, Bemel will not manufacture all the products. Okay, your cranes. Okay, mainly they will make the cranes. Okay, if you go for your Bemel, okay, Mysore, okay, they will be doing the cranes. Okay, the parts will be given for other companies. Okay, they will give the parts. Okay, that is the each part they will give for the different companies. Finally, they'll give the time for the small scale industries person, and they will complete the task, and they'll supply again to the BEM. So this is what it is happening in the company. Okay. So this about this strategy. So always you should remember to finish the task. Okay, what the company will be doing. Okay, either either the customer needs, that is they whatever they ask. Okay, to finish the task, what is the strategy? And for next 5 years, okay, that is vision. That's called as vision. For next 5 years, okay, I should finish the task, or the ROR, my product should be going well in the market. Okay, for that, what type of strategy I should use, what type of method I should use, what type of technology I should update in the product, everything will come under strategy. Okay, so you can see here, strategy is science of planning. Okay, always you should remember planning and directing large scale operations, especially you can go for of directional forces into the most advantageous position. Okay, once the PLM vision has been defined, so it's very important. PM vision is nothing but for next 5 years. Okay, to reach our goal, means to supply more for the customers. So what we should do, that is called as PLM vision. People will want to know what the organization will look like in 5 years. For next 5 years, what will be the vision? So how we can reach our vision? So this will come under this PLM, the vision. Okay, they will ask how the resources in the product life cycle should be deployed, structured, and used in the next 5 years to achieve the vision. See, to reach the next 5 years, to reach the what you can say the vision for the next 5 years. So what type of strategy uh, will the uh, will the company makes? So they will want to know how the organization the change from today's organization for the future. What is the meaning of this, students? They will want to know how they organize that change from today's organization to the future organization. What is the meaning of this?
So it's like to meet the demand, you need to update your products. Like assume even if you want to maximize your profit, like today you're selling a product for 5 rupees, and even for future you're gonna sell for 5. But the technology you have updated can reduce the price, like the manufacturing cost, like instead of 4 to 3, so you'll be making more profit on a particular product.
Good. So this is what I want answer. So see, every month or every 2 months or 5 months, okay, the technology will be changing. Okay, you will be updating the technology, and you will be reducing the cost. So if you can see the mobile, for example, mobile phone. 1995, how the mobile phone was there? What was the size of mobile phone? So now what is the size of mobile phone? So what is the cost of mobile phone? So this is what is called as the organization from now. Okay, now to today's company to the next 2 years company. Okay, always it will be changing. The products may be changed. So sorry, the product may be same, but the technology we will be updating to the product and we will be selling for the customers. One is manufacturing strategy. Manufacturing in the sense of manufacturing of products. To manufacture the products, what type of strategy you'll be using? And company strategy is nothing but regarding to that product. So regarding to the technology, what type of technology you'll be adding to the product, right? So those things will come under company. So right now it's 9:30. So I will continue from this manufacturing and company tomorrow. I think PLM strategies. If I finish this, next three slides, okay, strategies will be over. Next I'll go for product data management. Okay, if I finish that, first one will be completed. So today's, if you have any doubts, you can ask me, student. It is
No doubt, sir.
feasible study, and these strategies. Okay, tomorrow we will go for PM strategies. I'll take the attendance. Don't leave the class. Wait for 2 seconds. I'll take the attendance. Then you can leave the class. Okay, students, you can leave the class now. Thank you. Thank you for
Thank you, sir.
attending. Thank you. Bye. So anyone has any doubt, please you can ask me.